for the general government meeting. Calling it to order. First up, we need to approve the agenda. Please note, an addition has been added. It will be 4B, Accelerate Jackson. It was inadvertently left off the agenda. Need a motion and support to approve the agenda?
Move to adopt the agenda.
Have a motion by Plesky, support by Snell. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, the same. Passes unanimously. Move on to item 3. Be our public comment. Do we have any public comment? Any public comment? Apparently not. And we'll move on to committee items. 4A, we need a motion and support to approve the minutes from last month. Okay, motion, who made the motion? Motion Snell, supported by Walls. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, the same. Passes unanimously. Move on to item 4B, Accelerate Jackson. Welcome, Debbie.
Thank you and good morning. Thanks for adding me to the agenda. And first and foremost, I am so sorry that we neglected to attend in August. We were very busy with other priorities, and so we totally missed the deadline. So I'm very sorry that we missed that. Just a few highlights, which we will follow up and send you our semi-annual report so you have it to read. But I'll just touch on a few highlights. Since our last report in February, we have completed a rebrand of our organization. As you all know, we're Accelerate Jackson County now, grown from the Enterprise Group of Jackson. So we've done a lot of work in our office, signage, all sorts of things. So when you get a chance, come up and visit us. We're pretty proud of our office. We posted a part-time employee position to help us with data entry and our CRM management, as well as our site and buildings database. So if you know anyone looking for part-time work, send them my way. I'd love to chat with them. BRE meetings for business retention meetings. We're leading the effort for that. Emily Weaver in our office. She has about 50 plus visits and have more scheduled for the rest of the year. One exciting thing that we have to announce is we now have an economic development service contract with the city of Jackson. So kudos to Keith for rebuilding that relationship and getting that contract for our organization. We have a number of initiatives that we're working with Partnerships Chamber. We're working with them on their Drive Jackson plan, specifically on the economic analysis portion. We're continuing to do podcasts with the Jackson Area Manufacturers Association with Olivia Steele. There's a number of them that are on YouTube, I believe. So feel free and check those out when you have a moment. One thing near and dear to my heart that's coming up is the Manufacturing Day Trade Show, which will be September 24th through the 26th at the American One Event Center. It's open to the public on that Thursday, the 25th, and then on the Friday, the 26th, we'll be opening up to our 11th and 12th graders to come in for student showcase. So we're really excited about that. We have a number of partners that we're working with on that initiative. Doing a lot of marketing externally, hosted a FAM tour back in June that we spent a day in Jackson County, spent a day with our partner organization, Lenawee Now, and Adrian. Ended up completing the weekend with taking them to the Firekeepers 400 race. We have a lot of ads going out, Jackson Magazine, as well as JTV, for our Accelerate 2030 capital campaign that we just launched, which will begin January 1 of 2026. So Keith and I are very busy meeting with existing investors, potential investors, townships, villages, so we can make sure that we can, continue doing the great work that we do for the county. We attended a number of different conferences since February, Select USA being one of them, where we had 27 in-person meetings. I've attended the National Brownfields Conference. Keith is at the IEDC, which is the International Economic Development Council. He's there this week. We attended an FDI the Transatlantic Business Investors Conference a few weeks ago, where we officially received their certification that Jackson County is FDI ready community. So that was exciting to get that. We have a number of projects that we're exploring, continuing to do work on due diligence with the Parma LDFA property, figuring out what we want to do there. Their board is currently getting appraisals, looking at the wetland issues that we have out there, things like that. Other than that, we've been, we're busy responding to RFIs. Keith has started the Housing Coalition meetings. Other entity reports, we staff the Blackman Charter Township LDFA, so we've been working with Midbrook Manufacturing and Fabrication on their building, which I believe should be done any day now, and they're looking at a grand opening probably the first of the year. Other than that, that's about it, but I'll send you the full report after this meeting to make sure that you have it. And if you have any questions after you read through it, please let Keith or I know. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Debbie. Any
Absolutely.
questions for Debbie? Commissioner Plesky?
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Thanks, Debbie. I'm just a comment is that this Thursday, I have on my calendar the little Housing Coalition meeting. I don't know if that's still on or not, but that is also at the very same moment as a grand opening for the Phase 2 of Andy's Place, which I'm sure anyone interested in housing would also be wanting to attend. I'm sure Senair did not ask our opinion on when we should have that grand opening. But maybe take that back and deal with the conflict or move the Housing Coalition meeting, because I would sure like to attend the Andy's Place thing.
Absolutely. I'll look into that. Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any further questions? Thank you, Debbie.
Absolutely. Thank you all.
Next up, we have Conservation District. Morning, Lori.
Good morning. So this is my last meeting. I am officially retiring at the end of this month after 17 years and going to work for my husband. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll see.
You might want to stay here.
I know. I've been kind of working there. I'm easing myself in. It's okay so far. But my kids are also there, so it's good. So just a little synopsis of what we've been doing since the last time we were here. Our tree sale this past year, we sold 23,000 trees, 780 fruit trees, native grasses, native plants. So far we've had 6 landowners rent our no-till grill this year to plant 31 acres of native grasses, food plots, and cover crops. Our household hazardous waste events this year, we've had 2 so far, one in May and one in July, with a total of over 27,000 pounds collected. The next one is coming up on September 25th. We've had we had a kind of an influx of volunteers for that from BASF, which is a chemical company. They have a group, maybe I want to say like 8 people that came to our last hazardous waste collection, and they're also going to help us this next time, and they're going to do our Adopt a Stream program with us as well. Our last Adopt a Stream collection day was held in May. Our next one is coming up October 18th with Bug ID to follow. We were able to sample 4 sites at our last collection, Cape Palmer, Townsend Medical Center, Old Liberty Fire Station, and the Donham Center. They all came back good. We were able to attend the Jackson County Fair, the Learning Fair, Birds, Blooms, and Butterflies Festival at Donham, the Great Outdoor Youth Jamboree at Lake Hudson Rec area. We did 3 mobile boat washes for invasive species at Portage Lake. Scrap tire collection event this year was, we did not get the grant last year, so we hosted just one collection. We didn't work with any of the townships this year, but we did have one collection for Jackson County residents. We did fill two trailers, really quickly, and had to actually turn people away because we filled them. Technically it started at 9. Both trailers were full by 10:30, so we did have to turn people away for that. Next year, hopefully we'll get the grant. If not, we'll get 3 trailers, or they'll get 3 trailers. I won't. I might volunteer, but maybe not. That's a lot of work. But Adopt a Highway, we did a July collection this year, and we have another. We're in the process of planning our September one. September's just been really busy with it being the end of our fiscal year and me leaving, and there's just a lot going on. So we're going to try to squeeze the September Adopt a Highway in probably next week. We collect 17 bags of trash in July, and September would be the last one of the year. Usually we skip the April one because April's crazy busy as well with our tree sale and Earth Day, etc. We did some invasive species surveying on 46 acres in Jackson County for things such as lesser celandine, stilt grass, and pale swallowwort, and we were able to do some treatment on a 1/4 acre of the pale swallowwort. We did some educational workshops. We're in the process of planning a conservation talk series with the Dahlem Center. The first date for that is September 25th. There's a date in October we're not sure of yet, and then another one in November. And we've also done some invasive species presentations at Vandercook Lake High School. And it's a tri-county region that we handle. Our coordinator handles. It's Jackson, Lenawee, and Washtenaw. So she did some presentations for the Washtenaw Road Commission and at the Jackson and Washtenaw community plant sales as well. Grants this year, we did finish our, we had a recycling grant with, in conjunction with Recycling Jackson, where we were able to purchase them a building to store all their e-waste. That grant came to an end. We still have our Conservation Technical Assistance Grant. That one right now is, we don't know if it's going to get funded in 2026. We're supposed to have our budgets done like next week, but we still don't know what kind of money we're getting from the state. There's been some cuts, lots of cuts in the state. So we'll see how that goes. Our MEEP grant as well, there's going to be some changes to that. Hunter Access Program right now is, I think it's safe, but that's just a very small grant. We still have our invasive species grant through the DNR. That one is also going through some changes. Sheikah was also able to get another small grant through the DNR for strictly stilt grass. The Eagle grant we had for European frog bit did end, and then we have a GLR grant too, Great Lakes Restoration Initiative grant for invasive species as well. And then we have our operations grant through the state. And that one is, we're hoping for more money, but just keeping what we have would be wonderful. We're still lobbying. Steve Law is my board chairman. He's here today. He's very active with the legislature, trying to keep and increase that funding. All the states around Michigan are getting $13 million from their state to fund their conservation districts, and right now we're getting 3, and we don't even know how safe that is. So we're trying. There's a lot of good things that we could do with that money. Our partnership with the NRCS this year, we've had approximately $250,000 in conservation projects funded so far. That's down a little bit because there's also some cuts, obvious federal cuts. So we only have $250,000 there. About 500 acres of land will be directly impacted by the available funding, with things such as cover crops, nutrient management, no-till, strip till, filter strips, etc. Some of our upcoming events, like I said, it's the end of our fiscal year, so there's a lot of end of the quarter reporting. We have a fall conference coming up in November that the staff will attend. Our annual dinner is coming up in January 27th. You're all invited to that. And our tree sale for 2026, catalogs for that will go out in January, and we've already ordered the trees for that. Do you have any questions for me?
Any questions, board? I have one.
Yes.
How did we fund the scrap tire collection in July?
We used recycling money from the county. Some of the money, we're actually looking to use some of it possibly for a ag tire collection too, to get we've had some requests from some farmers to do an ag tire collection too.
Did we not get a grant, or the state didn't give it out, or we missed it?
We applied. Not everybody usually everybody who applies gets the grant. We didn't this year because they said this year they were looking for candidates that could have a permanent collection site. We don't have that capability to have a permanent site, so they kind of focused on those people. There was a lot of complaints because people who have got it, we've gotten that grant for probably 10 plus years, and so we had a lot of people depending on that. So there was some complaints to the state, so hopefully they're going to take that into consideration this year. I know Sarah, we had her talk to Sarah Leitner, and she sent a letter to the state and about it, so hopefully they'll consider people like us who don't have that option for a permanent site.
Okay, I was just wondering. I see we had a successful.
No, it was way down. Normally we have 15 out of the 19 townships that participate in that, so we're usually over 10 to 15,000 tires that we collect. So we were still able to do that one.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions, board? Commissioner Plesky.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. I'd just like to say, Lori, you've been a very diligent, hardworking person in a difficult position for many years, and thank you for the work.
Thank you very much.
Administrator Overton.
We don't have a permanent site. Was it permanent site or was it a site, or what do we need to do there? I mean, we have our MMP, and I know we have people on that committee for recycling and so forth.
So if we can just get an area that we can collect tires year round, and I think once that site gets full, then we call in a truck, we take them out, and then people can just so not just a one time a year thing.
So we could have a location where we allow people to come and just drop tires off,
Yeah.
period? Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be, we don't have to have an employee there or anything, I mean.
I don't see that's new to me because it hasn't been an option, at least, well, we didn't know we had to make it an option right last year. Okay. So I don't know, it might be good to have somebody there so we're not getting.
Well, I agree.
And then also I don't know how it works because you have to request a certain amount of money. So if I request $30,000 and I end up filling 18 trailers, then we ran out of money. So then what? So I'm not exactly sure what how they handle that whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose if we have a site where we can store those tires, they won't go bad over the year.
No, they won't.
We can collect some more money next year and do them the following year, hopefully catch ourselves
true.
back up.
So if you have some place.
Because it's a worthy endeavor. Tires breed mosquitoes and all
Yes.
kinds of problems out there, so.
Right, and the landfills won't take them unless
Yeah.
they're cut in half, and a lot of people, that's just not an option
No.
for people.
No. Okay, I'm sure the MMP committee is, I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but we have people on the committee. Do you go to that committee too?
No, I don't.
MMP? But, and maybe that's something that they're talking about. I haven't read anything. Commissioner Baird, do you know of anything about that at all? Recycling tires in the committee conversation or anything? Not that I've been made aware of yet. Okay, well, it might be a good topic, but anywho, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I too would commend your service here. She always says I make her nervous. I'm like, I don't know why, but come on.
You just
But,
have this way about you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's the tie, I think.
It's the tie, for sure it's the tie.
All right, well, thank you very much. You've been
Thank
great.
you, thank you, everybody. It's been real, peace out.
Hey. Next up, we have finance. Good morning, Cecilia.
So I am here to go over July's results and where we're at with, as of July 2025. As you see with our benchmarks, we're 7/12 way through the year. That's at 58.3% of our budget is our benchmark. Our expenditure year-to-date total is below that benchmark. And it is right around where our 3-year average is. So that is a positive. And our year-to-date revenue percent totals at 31.4%. And again, that's right around the 3-year average of 31.7. Are there any questions anyone has within the financial report? Okay, thank you.
Support.
Aye.
Aye, passes unanimously. Thank you. Thank you, Earl. Next up, we have the treasurer report. Welcome, Karen.
Good morning. So last week I sent off my report, just a snapshot of where we are in September. Lots going on in our office. I wanted to make sure you were aware of the results of the first tax foreclosure auction that was held August 5th, so I included the details there. Our next auction, it's a minimum bid reoffer, so Title Check, the company that we contract out with, has started something, I think, past 3 years now. They've added an additional auction so that if at the first auction, somebody does not pay their bill and the sale has to be canceled because they did not come through with the money to purchase the property, it gets reoffered at this minimum bid reoffer, because the key word is minimum bid. We want to make sure that we offer all of these parcels for minimum bid. So Title Check saw to it to add an additional auction. So we only have 2 parcels that will be going to the September 26th auction. So what that means is those 2 parcels were offered in the August 5th auction, and the sales were not completed because the person's buyers did not come up with the funds timely. So I just wanted to clarify what that minimum bid reoffer auction is all about. So there's only 2 parcels that are going to that auction, and then the final auction, which is our no minimum bid, is November 3rd. I spent some time updating where we are with claims to date that we've paid out as a result of the Raffaelli and more recently the Schaefer decision. You'll see that I just updated the reporting form that I, as the treasurer, have to report to the Department of Treasury before September 1st. You can see there, and I did attach it to this packet. I submitted that July 16th. That's a required report that the Department of Treasury wants treasurers to send to them. There has been activity going on at both of our sites, Mechanic Street as well as Angling Avenue, ongoing sampling. We're working with the contractors on a monthly basis on both sites. Some sampling has been done, wells have been dug, air monitoring samples specifically in Mechanic Street. So they're doing a lot of work, Eagle and EPA. On both sites. So, and most recently, I believe I sent an email from the EPA to Commissioner Shotwell and Mike Overton about on Mechanic Street. They're looking to put fencing up around the perimeter on the Mechanic Street site. So, work continues. I'm ever hopeful that the state will have funding available to hopefully take down partial buildings on Mechanic Street. That's what I've been told. Nothing's firm, but I'm still trying to push that with the EPA as well as with Eagle. We're coming up now on the October 1 state budget deadline, so who knows what's going to happen with that. That can impact potential funding, which could impact whether or not my wish to have some of those buildings taken down actually happens. So that is all that I have to share with you today, unless you have questions for me.
Commissioner Plesky.
Thank you. And I discussed this with the treasurer, and we have, there's a building in the village of Hanover that was sold, as I understand it, in the most recent tax sale. That is a point of irritation with the village council because the building is not a good building. It's actually a dangerous building. Obviously, the treasurer is doing what she's supposed to do, and I'll continue to work with the village there to figure out their options with respect to what I believe is a condemned building. So thank you, Madam Treasurer, for responding to my questions and to those of the Health Department. I think the Health Department has also been engaged with that particular building. Thank you.
Thank you.
Karen, the foreclosure cycle, second year after the Raffaelli change, no claim has been filed. That means we keep the money.
Well, technically, yes. However, the Schaefer decision, now there is another opportunity for potential claimants to file for claims. So we're not,
Refile, or they file once and,
it's a new claim process.
okay,
So that may not hold going forward.
okay,
To
the 24
wait and see.
cycle. Claims that will be paid out are $89,720.21. Are we holding our own on this? Or,
To date, we have paid out just under $300,000, and that's inclusive of what I listed here. But as I just alluded to you, with this new claim process, as a result of the Schaefer decision, and most recently, the proposed Fox settlement that this board agreed to sign on and be a part of the class action, notices will begin getting sent out, I don't know if it's this month or next month, but so that changes, it opens up a new window for claimants, potential claimants to file. I believe the deadline to file is October 1st for that. So we're right smack dab in the middle of the process. So me trying to pinpoint an exact number as to what dollars we will be exposed to is very difficult at this point in
do
time.
they come and file the claim with you? Do they have an attorney do it?
Yes, to both. They
Both?
can
Okay.
file it directly with our office. They do not need legal representation. There are many attorneys that are working that system, that part of the
sure.
process, though. So we see filings from persons, claimants on their own, as well as attorneys' offices on their behalf.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
But everybody that's already been through it, they get to do it all over again.
Well, those that have already been paid out, they don't get
Right.
any extra claims. That's not how that works. But so the state courts have determined that we need to make sure we allow this claimant window to happen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further questions? Need a motion and support to
Move to receive the report.
receive the report. Have a motion and support. Motion, Walls, support Plesky. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, the same. Thank you, Board. Thank you, Karen. Next up, we have Parks. Looks like you knew that.
Yeah. Good
I had to
morning.
look it up.
I was ready. So since 2021, we've been displaying sculptures on the Falling Waters Trail, pretty much on the east side near Weatherwax in that first mile or so. And each year we've had a temporary batch of new sculptures that have rotated in on a one-year basis. So this is a request to participate in this Midwest Sculpture Initiative again for the next 12 months, basically, where 7 of the 8 that were temporary last year would be removed. And there's also a proposal to a private funder would purchase one of those to keep on display. So there is no cost to the county or to the parks on this. This is through a donation. I think it's been a pretty nice addition to the trail. We've gotten some good feedback on this.
Are we wanting to purchase these? Or, oh, okay. Need a motion and support to accept the donation?
I'll move, Mr. Chair, and then have a question.
Support.
Motion by Plesky, supported by Snell, to accept the donation. Go ahead, Plesky.
And
Mr.
just
Plesky.
to be clear, I'm moving to adopt the staff recommendation, which is to place a few new ones and accept the one that Dr. Lavery is contributing. And I always like to look at the pictures to make sure that to my layman's eyes, nothing looks obscene or offensive or screwy. I'm sure you guys are concerned with that also, right? I don't see anything, again, to my untrained eye. They are a nice addition to our trail system. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir. Okay, we need to vote. We have a motion to accept. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, the same. Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next up, we have the administrator. Annual fee schedule review.
Thank you. As you become accustomed, we bring this every year at this time. We asked everyone, all the department heads and stuff, to review their fees, to evaluate whether they're covering the cost, or is there something that perhaps they want to change for some other reason. Because a fee, should directly support the cost. We don't want our tax dollars necessarily supporting an individual item for a person's personal needs. But at the same time, the board does have the authority to subsidize any and all items. Just, we'd like you to do that knowingly and make those kind of decisions. Very few of these fees have increased, but if you look through, you'll see in yellow some on a lot of, and why they believe the fee needs to be increased, and that sort of thing. So I don't have any objections to any of these. I think they're appropriate. Like, for instance, excuse me, one of the first ones I looked at there when I pulled up animal shelter is, they actually took the fee from $25 to $0. Well, the reason they're doing that is someone, if we find someone's dog loose, we take it to the animal shelter, we used to charge a fee for them to come get it. Because we've looked at, the vets looked at it, we've fed it, or, for a few days or what have you. But they want to reduce that fee to $0 because they don't want to be a burden to someone the first time around. People make mistakes, their dogs get loose, that sort of thing. We don't want to discourage anyone from coming and picking up their dog because they can't afford the $25 fee. So that fee there, they, like I say, they reduce. So they can go up and down. And again, we encourage them to take a look at them every year, because sometimes fees can be one of these things you never look at. And then all of a sudden, 10 years, 20 years go by, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to double the fee. It's nowhere near what it should be. And we find that that raises more ire than anything. An incremental approach is the way to go. So with that said, we'd be seeking approval.
Discussion?
Mr. Chair, I'll move to adopt the recommended fee schedule.
Okay, we have a motion by Plesky, support by Snell to adopt the new fee schedule. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, the same. Passes unanimously.
To be clear, this will be on the Tuesday night meeting. This is a full board item too.
Okay.
Consent, it'll be on consent. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I didn't quite understand that. It's just part of, this is one more thing, right? It's on the consent agenda, correct?
Yes, it'll be on consent.
Okay, but any commissioner can decide to pull it to discuss it if they want.
Yeah,
Okay,
yep. All of our consent functions that way.
very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Moving on to other business, need a motion and support to pay the claims? Motion by Walls.
I'll support.
Support by Plesky. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, the same. Passes unanimously. And we do not have any other minutes. Reporting schedule for next month, we have register of deeds. That's the only one so far. Public comment? Yes, sir.
Hi, everyone. I'm Colton Franzen. I wanted to introduce myself. I'll be taking over as the district manager for the Conservation District. Lori was a bit nervous earlier. Thanks, Mike. So she didn't introduce me, but just a little background on myself. I grew up in Monroe, Michigan, on a small farm. I went to MSU for agribusiness management, graduated there, worked at Farm Bureau for a bit, and then settled here in Jackson. So I'm excited to work with you in the future. If you have any questions, anything about the Conservation District, you can reach out to me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, go white.
Any Any other public comment? Committee member comment?